We spoke many times about the work performance data, work performance information, and work performance report, as it's considered as one of these important inputs and outputs of most of the, let's say, monitoring and controlling process group. The work performance monitoring here is critical component of the project management. Involves systematically tracking the project activities to ensure the alignment with the planned objectives. This process begins with collecting raw data from the project execution activities and then converting it into a meaningful information by comparing it with the plans or the, let's say, the schedules, and then presenting it into a structured report, which is the work performance report. These elements, data, information, and reports, serves as the foundation for informed decision making. By continuously monitoring the work performance, the project teams can identify the variances early, respond to challenges proactively, and maintain the alignment with the stakeholder expectation and project goals. And to start with the first step here, talking or collecting the work performance data. Collecting the work performance data involves gathering the raw and factual information from the project activities. This data includes metrics such as, for example, the hours worked or cost spent, task completion rates. Um, so think as these are some examples of the raw data. Remember that the accuracy and the timelines are critical. Errors or delays in data collection can lead to flawed analysis and decision making. Leveraging these tools like Jira and Microsoft Project or other tools which can simplify the data collection of these work performance data, ensuring that the data is collected constantly and efficiently. By establishing a clear protocols and training the team members on their roles in data collection for say further enhances the reliability of the data and enhances the transparency in the stakeholders and the team. The next concept here we have is the work performance information. So we already covered the work performance data, talked about it, how it can be collected, what its benefit, how it can be turned into the work performance information. The work performance information transforms the raw data to an actionable insights by analyzing the trends, variances, and patterns. For example, here let's take task completion data, which can reveal whether the project is ahead or behind the schedule. This types of information allows the project managers to understand the underlying issues and take corrective actions proactively. Without this step, raw data which were collected remains isolated and unhelpful for decision making. Proper analysis ensures that the team focuses on most critical areas, optimizing the resource allocation and the risks. You can also think of having the work performance information. It can be found by comparing the baselines where it was identified at the planning phase or based on the any changes requests. So start comparing, let's say, the actual data or the raw data were collected during the execution with the planned, let's say, phase. Based on that, you can understand the variances or the trends or patterns in the data. The fourth key element here we have is, or the third key element we have here is the work performance report. Work performance report, it compiles the analyzed data into a structured format, which is designed for the stakeholder consumption. These reports present the key metrics such as the budget usage, schedule adherence, and resource utilization in a clear and visual engaging manner. So ensure that you tailor these reports to the audience and ensures that each of the stakeholders receives a relevant information based on their needs and interests. For instance, the executives may prefer high level summaries, while team leads requires a detailed task updates. By promoting the transparency and fostering the trust, these reports facilitate effective communication and align all of the parties or the stakeholders with the project objectives. Performing the trends and variance analysis as part of, compiling the work performance information and reports. So, tracking the performance trends and conducting variance analysis are vital for maintaining the control over the budget or over the project. Trends such as the constant delay in task completion indicates that there's a potential risks that requires attention. The variance analysis here, which compares the planned and actual performance, it helps the project managers to identify specific areas of concern, such as the cost overruns or schedule delays. These insights empower the teams to make data-driven decisions and enhances the let's say implementation of the corrective action based on these data or these let's say analysis, also preventing a minor deviation from escalating into major issues. These are some of the tools that for it's used for the work for performance monitoring. Tools like Microsoft Projects, to track all of the activities, ensures that all of the activities are there, all of the deadlines, all of the budget associated, all of the changes, all of the network diagrams. Um, it's used mainly for, let's say, tracking the project activities. When it comes to Power BI is a visualization tool. Also, Tableau is it's like collecting data from source systems and then presenting it at Power BI and making your calculation to make it more easy to understand, rather than just collecting data from the Microsoft project itself. It plays an important role in work performance monitoring, and these platforms provide a real-time dashboards that visualizes the key metrics, making it easier to track the progress and identify the variances. Integration capabilities allows the data from multiple sources to be consolidated into a single interface. For example, when I said Microsoft project and Tableau Power BI, think of that you're running 3 to 4 projects, and you cannot present it all in one dashboard. Doing an integration between Microsoft project and Power BI, now you can source all the data from Microsoft project and consolidate it and present it at Power BI, enhancing the efficiency and reducing the manual efforts. By leveraging these tools, the project teams can, let's say, ensures an accurate and up to time, let's say, monitoring, enabling a faster and more effective decision making. Some of these challenges that you as a project manager might face when monitoring the work performance. Monitoring the work performance comes with these challenges, including the data inaccuracies, or information overload and confidentiality concerns. Errors in data collection can skew the analysis, leading to incorrect conclusions and incorrect decision making. Also, overwhelming the stakeholders with an excessive details may divert the attention from the critical issues. So, as I mentioned, you need to tailor your communication based on the stakeholder type and the stakeholder level, whether a technical stakeholder or non-technical stakeholder. So ensures that your level of detail are, let's say, tailored based on the stakeholder type or needs. Additionally, maintaining the data security is essential, particularly for sensitive projects. To overcome these challenges, project managers should establish a robust protocols, prioritize critical metrics, and implement security measures to protect the project information. Stakeholder communication through reports. This is a very important concept where the work performance reports can be considered as essential tools for engaging the stakeholders. These reports provide the transparency into project progress, fostering the trust and confidence between you and the stakeholders and you, the team. So, tailoring the content to specific audiences ensures ensuring the relevance of the data is very important. For instance, say a detailed technical metrics for team leads and for team leads and high level summaries for executives. So as I mentioned, it's important to tailor the project or the communication based on the let's say on the stakeholder type, whether an executives, whether the team leads. So it's important to satisfy the stakeholder needs based on the project information and project reports, and also by regularly sharing the updates to all of the stakeholders aligned with the project status and objectives is a key important step here, enabling a collaborative decision making and timely issue resolution. One of my favorite topics here as a project manager, where I always emphasize the importance of the decision making based on the work performance. Wrong data means wrong decisions. Effective decision making relies on accurate and timely work performance data. By analyzing the trends and variances, the project managers can identify areas that requires an immediate action, such as reallocating resources or adjusting the timelines. Proactive adjustment based on the performance insight ensures that the project remains on track and meet objectives and stakeholder expectations. And this approach emphasizes the agility and responsiveness which is critical in dynamic project environment. So ensure that you have an accurate data to enable a correct decision. And to summarize our session on the work performance monitoring, work performance data, work performance information and reports, we say that work performance monitoring is the cornerstone of successful project management. By systematically collecting, analyzing, and reporting the data, project teams can maintain alignment with the objectives, addressing challenges proactively and fosters stakeholder trust. We also talked about leveraging the tools and best practices to enhance the efficiency and reliability of monitoring efforts. Ultimately, this process ensures that the project remain agile, formed, and positioned for the success.